First off, I got to thank the EIHS School Business Partnership for putting this all together. This is probably one of the best things that a high school can do for you guys, is letting you guys connect with professionals in the field that you guys are interested in, right? So please just give me another round of applause for that. All right, so I'm Jake Vicenti. I'm a broadcaster. I'm working in the live television production field. The things that I've done in the last few years, my first job I worked at New York 1 Spectrum News in Manhattan. I was an audio board and robotic camera operator there. I was there for about a year. I did audio mixing. I set up all the camera shots for our live shows. More currently, I'm currently employed at Newsmax Network in Manhattan. I'm a video playback operator there. So I'm the guy who's actually playing those videos. I promise it's a lot more complicated than it seems. I'm also a freelance replay operator. It's more of a new position with the New York Islanders for their scoreboard shows. So that's pretty recent. I'm also an assistant teacher at Suffolk County Community College, teaching television production to upcoming students. And I also run the EIHS football social media pages. Not really much of a job, but figured I'd throw it in there. I put a lot of work in there for that. But a few years ago, about 6 years ago, I was like most of you students. I was in high school. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for a football team after one of our scrimmages. And I posted it on Instagram. It wasn't really anything crazy. I did iMovie and set it in software that goes with your Macs. But everyone loved it. Everyone absolutely loved it. And they're like, oh, you got to do this for every single game. I'm like, all right, do it for every game. Why not? And I found as I kept doing these videos, I became more and more interested in this editing career path. So I started to think about after high school, what do I really want to do? Because like I love sports, but I mean I wasn't going pro. I wasn't going anywhere like that. So I really started to think about what I wanted to do. And I'm like, let me give this editing thing a try. So I would go to a media class. I don't know what they call it now. It's like a classroom on the second floor. It has a green screen and stuff. I think it's still there. But I would pop in there every once in a while. I would talk to the teacher, Mr. Collin, who was the teacher at the time for that class, and he would tell me things. He would give me interest in the media. And one day he asked me to go on a field trip to Suffolk County Community College. They were touring their television and radio production facilities that they had. I'm like, yeah, why not? Day off of class, might as well go, right? So when I went, I'm walking around and we're getting the tour of the school. And I'm looking at all the control rooms, the radio equipment, the TV studio. I'm like looking around in awe, like me, an athlete, looking at all these lights and buttons, and I'm like in complete awe. And I had that moment of like, this is something that I really want to pursue. So my big message with that is don't be afraid to try something new. Don't go down a new path. Because what I thought when I was in high school, 2 months before I started thinking about all this, I thought I was going to be doing sports. So now I'm doing all this, which is all this work is pretty cool. Most of you now are 17, 18, 19 years old, probably don't have any idea what you guys are really wanting to do. And no one really expects you to have it all figured out right now. And that's totally okay. So my biggest advice, I think, for this specific event, if you're sitting at this table, try to figure out what the conversation was at this table. Because something over here might interest you, and you might be thinking, maybe this is something that I want to pursue. And I think that's like a big thing with this specific event, is being able to see all these different career fields. This is a great opportunity to try to figure out what you want to do. And don't try to just stick to your table, see if anything else here interests you. And within your own field, there's probably a bunch of different jobs that you want to try to give a shot. You might have an idea within your career field what you want to do, but make sure you try to figure out within that field what you want to do. For example, when I attended Suffolk County Community College, I wanted to do editing. That's what I was interested in high school. I kept doing it. I went there to try to do more editing stuff. I took a radio class my first semester, and I had a great teacher. He had 40 years experience in the business. I'm actually working with him now because I'm also teaching there, which is a great connection to have. And I just took the editing thing and I just threw it out the window. I'm like, I don't want to do editing anymore. I'm going to do radio. I'm going to do radio. I'm going to really focus on doing this. Like, I'm going to be the next person you hear on 106 or 94.3 The Shark or whatever. Like, this is what I want to do. I stayed after class. I did all extra projects. And I really thought this is what I want to do. And then the next semester I did a TV class and I threw the radio thing out the window and then I started doing TV stuff. So, what I'm saying is, don't be afraid, like I said, to find a new path and take the opportunities when they're given to you. And make sure that you really think about what you want to do within your field. Make sure you're exploring all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, you want to be successful. That's why we're all kind of here. We want to try to find success, right? But the thing, what is success? No one really has a great definition for it. Like when the first thing that comes to mind when you think of success, you're looking at someone's social media, or you're pushing somebody, you're like, oh, this person's so successful. Like, what are you looking at? What makes you say that? A lot of the times we're looking at materialistic things. They have a nice house. They have a nice car. They have a lot of money, right? But to me, I don't really think success as materialistic. I think of it more as more of a feeling. Google describes successful as accomplishing an aim or a goal. Notice it doesn't say successful makes $1 million a year. Successful has 6 cars. It doesn't say anything like that. It's accomplishing something. Everyone's level of success is going to be different. So when you're thinking about going into your career path and wanting to be successful, it's not something you have to prove to other people. You don't have to take a step back and be like, am I successful? Is everyone thinking I'm successful? Success comes within yourself. It's internal. So when you're thinking of what at the end of the day is going to make you successful, it's being happy in a cliche way, right? Just being happy at the end of the day. And don't chase the money. I have a lot of friends and people that I know that like wanted to be successful so bad that they chase after the biggest paying job they can find, and now they're miserable 5 days out of the week because they don't like their job. I look at them and I look at myself, and I can stand up here and say that I'm 100% more successful because at the end of the day, I'm very happy at where I'm at and what I'm doing. And I'm happy 7 days out of the week instead of just 2. Instead of working for the weekend, I work for the week. And that is, to me, being successful. I think that's something that you all should strive for, setting a goal to be successful and setting it really, really high, right? Setting a really big goal. I'm a very goal-oriented person. I've always set an achievement to try to accomplish, right? So my biggest goals in my career that I want to achieve, I want to direct either a Super Bowl or a Stanley Cup Final Series. Those are my 2 big goals that I want to try to achieve, right? The big thing about me setting goals is when you set really big goals that you might not even achieve, you're going to accomplish so many little things on the way, right? And that's the things that you have to kind of take a step back and reflect on. So like while I'm trying to reach this really big goal that I might not even get to, I'm accomplishing so many things on the way. I've only been working. I graduated SUNY Oswego in 2019, so I've only been working for about 2 years. I got an entry-level job at New York One. Then I worked to be an audio operator, camera operator. We had a production that was nominated for an Emmy. Then I got connections, and I got a new job at Newsmax, bigger pay, bigger position, more connections there. Now I'm doing replay for the Islanders. I'm assistant teaching, and I'm doing all the social media for football. So within 2 years, I'm doing all of these things. And all of it is just to try to get to that Super Bowl Stanley Cup goal. So when you take a step back and reflect on all the little things that you're going to accomplish and trying to set those big goals, it really adds up a lot. And within setting big goals, like I said, I'm a very goal-oriented person. I've always set small goals for myself. About like a 5-year, 3-year plan that I've wanted to set. I think setting something like that keeps you moving forward, right? It gives you something to look to. It keeps your everyday job something to progress to do, right? So when I was at New York One, I wanted to be a technical director. So I was like, all right, so I'll do this audio robotic camera thing for like 2 years. I'll try to slide into a TD position, and then from there I'll see where everything takes me. And then once I said that to myself, 3 weeks later I ended up getting hired at Newsmax. So all that 5-year plan just kind of went out the window. That's another thing with making small goals. It's not necessarily you have to achieve that small goal, it's just giving you a purpose to try to keep moving forward each day, right? And it's also looking at the new opportunities that come your way, and don't be afraid to explore and take those, right? So when I set this 5-year goal, I wasn't so focused on this 5-year goal that I excluded all these other opportunities that came my way. That's why I got the job at Newsmax, that's why I'm working with the Islanders, because all these opportunities came my way, and I took it and I ran with it. And I think that's something that you guys should also be looking into doing. So my biggest thing with having a career and trying to find a path, at the end of the day, make sure you're happy. That's the biggest thing. And like I said, everyone probably tells you to do that, but it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter who you're surrounding yourself with. It doesn't matter what other people think. It's, like I said, it's all internal. It's what you feel at the end of the day. Can you look at yourself and be like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be? And I think that this event is one of those things that helps you put you in that direction. And I have no doubt, that since you guys are here, people that are here, the students that are here, since you are here, you have that drive to want to do that. And I think after leaving here today, I hope that all these great professionals that are giving their time on a Thursday morning to give you guys their experience is something that's going to help you drive even more. So I hope that all you guys set really big goals. I have no doubt that all of you will achieve it. And I hope that your 5-year plans turn into your 3-week plans. And I hope everyone achieves their Super Bowl moment. So thank you for letting me speak today.